I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle. We have a huge show for you tonight. A lot going on in Washington and beyond, so let's dive right in. It's time to put Americans first. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, our elites in politics and the media, they really want you to know that they care deeply about the Afghan people, so much that they want to bring as many Afghans here to the United States as possible.
Accepting Afghan refugees and the willingness to accept more, because we have to do more.
The integration of refugees in particular has been a great American success story. We're actually quite good at it here in America. 50,000 Afghan refugees in a nation of over 300 million is not even a drop in the bucket.
Across the United States, we are seeing widespread support for Afghan refugees, but for refugee resettlement in general.
And while it's certainly heart-wrenching to see the needless suffering wherever it occurs in the world, it's just awful. None of us want to see that. But why is it that most of the same people who you just saw in those clips and all these politicians, all the people who are going on and on, we're going to let everybody in the country, why do they so often ignore the very real suffering happening here at home? You don't have to go to the Afghan provinces near Bagram to see human tragedy. You can see it not far from here, in Baltimore. In the last 3 weeks, 5 teenagers have been shot there, 2 of them fatally. One 15-year-old was gunned down in the street in broad daylight. You don't have to go to Kandahar to see thousands living in constant fear of violence. You can go to Chicago to see that. 16 were shot yesterday alone, including a 7-year-old boy who was sitting in the back of his mom's car. It's all horrifying, but we shouldn't be surprised when the Taliban terrorizes Afghans. It's an Islamic fundamentalist extremist cult, after all. Come on. But what's our excuse? Why aren't we more shocked? Why aren't we demanding a response to the gangs and the cartels, the opioid, all of it terrorizing our neighborhoods right here at home? In fact, the left has only made matters worse on the ground for the working class here at home. They excused riots. They bailed out criminals. They endorsed the racist, radical agenda of BLM. And Democrats, in bed with the left on all of the issues, of course, they've helped make all things worse at every turn. Every person now demanding that we take every Afghan because we promised them forgets that America's first promise is to her own citizens, their safety, their security, and their freedom. Yet our border towns are being overrun by released migrants because Biden refuses to do what's right on the border. They know that COVID-infected migrants will infect American citizens and school children this fall. They know crime is going to spike due to the million-plus migrants Biden's already released into the country. And they don't care. In fact, their goal right now is to speed up the admission of these migrants into the United States. Just yesterday, the administration announced new rules to empower bureaucrats who will now unilaterally decide whether an illegal alien shows up at our border should be allowed entry into the United States. These open borders fanatics cannot be trusted to safeguard our sovereignty and enforce our laws. It's been obvious for a long time that when you really think about it, the elites have pretty much had it with Americans. They like China a lot better in many ways. Remember, regular Americans, well, they elected Trump. They love their Second Amendment still, and they're far too religious. And at their core, they come from a kind of evil and racist background. Thus, the more folks from other countries who can come here, the better. Even if we can't really vet them, even if they become wards of the state, even if they bring in more crime, more violence, their extended family comes in, third cousins twice removed, to the left, to the open borders establishment, they're better than the old normal. The next 3 years will see blunder after blunder from Biden as his team drifts from one crisis to the next. So what should conservatives in power do now? Well, the first thing we should do is resist the Democrat spending binge that's happening. That money is just going to be wasted because Biden's team are not competent administrators. Second thing we should do, defend the states who were trying to do the right thing. You know, red states are leading the way economically, and they're leading the way to help protect our cherished freedoms. We cannot let Biden bully them or the inept blue state leaders drag them down. And third, I think we should obviously protect our border. The GOP may be divided on the immigration amnesty issue and refugees, but we should agree on the rule of law and resist all immigration actions that are not in strict accordance with duly passed laws. And fourth, of course, we have to fight inflation. That includes pressuring the Federal Reserve to take more aggressive action to stop inflation and block disastrously big spending bills. Number five, we should continue to beat the drum for energy independence. We did it under Trump. It was awesome. We can do it again. Lower energy prices mean more prosperity. It means more jobs for all Americans. Six, we have to try to win in every state. How about that concept? Because for the last 25 years, Republicans have focused on winning a majority by capturing a slim number of red states and then picking up a few purple states here and there. It's really hard to do. And that strategy, as we saw, has failed, and it's allowed the hard left to build solid support on the two coasts that they dominate now. That can't stand. For all their problems, California and New York are too important to concede to the left. They're both beautiful, great states. We got to win them back. If we really want to stop the socialists who despise our country, want to destroy our country, want to import more people into our country to kind of balance out or swamp the old normal, well, we have to see some big landslides. Remember, Reagan fought for every state, and he eventually won 49 of them. We have to try to do the same. The time is right to take our religious freedom, our message of freedom and prosperity to the voters on two coasts. And to the inner cities, you bet, they have to hear our message too. People are suffering there from incompetent leadership. They're dying there because of incompetent leadership. If we must live through a repeat of the 1970s with Biden, let's try to follow it with a repeat of the 1980s. And that's the angle.